welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am also known as Cross Stitch Bunny here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. This is Flosstube episode number 4 and I thought I would film next to my tree, which is up and decorated. It is November 30th. I know it's slightly early, but I was just really excited to decorate for Christmas this year. So are the kids. So our tree is up, it's decorated, and yeah, I thought I would choose this location to film today, which means so far every single one of my videos has been in a different spot. I've not found my perfect spot yet, but I think for this Flosstube and for my December Flosstube, this is going to be the spot in front of the tree. So yeah, I'm feeling festive. Hope that you guys are too, and looking forward to Christmas. Anyone watching from the US, I hope you have had a lovely Thanksgiving. And let's start with the stitchy updates. So this month I have done around 41 to 42 hours of stitching, which is quite a lot less than I usually squeeze into a month. That has been because of a combination of factors. I went to visit my parents who live quite far away, so I travelled there and stayed for 3 or 4 days with the kids. Spent lots of lovely time with my mum and dad. I did take my stitching, but in reality I only got about 20 minutes done the whole time I was there, so that was 4 days of pretty much no stitching. When I got back from there, the kids did end up a little bit ill and under the weather for a few days, so again just didn't get to squeeze much in because I was busy with other things. And yeah, there's just been a few other days this month where I've just not felt like stitching, which is unusual. Like usually every day I will have the urge to sit down and stitch something, but this month just not so much. And I think that's fine. Like at the end of the day, as much as I like to have lots of things to show you on this Flosstube and like to update my Instagram with pictures, the most important thing for me is that I'm enjoying my stitching. And this month, yeah, there were days when I just didn't feel up to it, felt a bit under the weather myself, or I was just tired, so I chose to nap instead of stitch. So there's less to show you, but hopefully what I do have to show you will still be interesting. I'm going to start off with my only finish for the month, and this was not finished as of this morning, but I was determined to get it done. So this morning I sat down and did about an hour and a half on this to finish the last of the cross stitch and then backstitch it. And I did actually film the backstitching because I thought that might be quite fun. So before I actually show you the finished item, I will just show you what it was. So it was this little kind of cover kit of penguin pals. I showed this in my haul last month, and I did start it this month as a new start, and I finished it. And this is a very speeded up version of me finishing it this morning that I will just show you. Whilst you're all watching me stitch the back stitch onto these 2 cute little penguins, I just thought I would take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel so far every month. It is just growing slowly but steadily, and I really appreciate having this space to just share my stitching hobby with other people that enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in, as it were, and watching my little videos. I really am enjoying making them so far. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet and you do like this video and it's the first one you've watched, please do subscribe or like. Drop me a comment if there's something that you particularly enjoy in this video or don't enjoy, like let me know. Feedback is nice to have. Oh, I would also like to say a big thank you to any of you guys who ordered in my little sale event the weekend just gone after I did my Flosstube extra video. I did get quite a flurry of sales suddenly pop through, so I can only assume that was you guys. So thank you very much, and I'm really glad that you found stuff that you liked. I hope that you enjoy stitching on it or using your new whip bags or whatever you've purchased. I have had quite a few more orders than I anticipated, and I am working really hard to get them all packaged up, but I am a one-man band, or one lady band as it were, so please do bear with me, and they will all be on their way to you very soon, and thank you again very much. And here is the finished article. So I am very pleased with this. I think it is super cute. I hope you enjoyed the little backstitching video, and I just think that backstitching brings a project to life, especially things that are this small, where the detail in the stitching, like it, the picture is not necessarily clear, like it does need that backstitch on it. I just think it finishes things off beautifully. I know a lot of people don't care for backstitch or don't enjoy it. I do think it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I just think this is very cute. I am not sure how I'm going to finish it. This is the hoop that it came in, just like a little red plastic hoop. I used all of the threads that came in the little cover kit, but I did switch out the Ada, so I have used like a very pale icy blue. I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up too well, it might be bleaching it out somewhat, but yeah, I used a very icy blue Ada, and I believe this is 16 count. I'm not 100% sure because it was just a piece that I had in my stash that I thought would be perfect for this little design, but the original fabric that it came with was just white, and I wanted something a little bit different, so I did swap that out. So yeah, there are my penguins, my penguin pair, started and finished this month in time for Christmas. So yeah, I was really pleased to have at least one thing finished for Christmas. Like I said, don't know how I'm going to finish it. It might stay in this hoop. I might frame it. I do have some like nice small square frames which would probably work quite well for this, so we'll see. I'm sure I will show you that again at some point, actually fully finished. Next, I have another piece of haul from last month. So this was my historical sampler company Wise Old Owl, which I bought as a kit last month. And here is my new start. So this was also a start this month, and I haven't done very much. I have just done this one little owl. He is the centre owl of the piece, and there will be 8 more owls around him, because there's 9 in total, and then obviously the border and everything, but that is my start for now. So yeah, this one was quite enjoyable. There is no backstitch at all in this pattern, so very different to that last new start that I have just finished. But yeah, a really different piece. This is stitched on 16 count, and it's just like a beige, and that is what came in the kit. And I think this is kitted up with anchor threads. I'm not 100% sure, but I think, doesn't actually say, but I'm sure it said on the actual thread card inside that these are anchor threads in that historical sampler company kit. So next is my gingerbread house, again a piece of haul from last month that you may remember seeing. So this is the So Dinky range of Bothy designs, and this one in particular is now discontinued, I believe. So I did myself pick this up on eBay because despite the fact that I am a Bothy stockist on my own website, this was not available directly from Bothy. So yeah, I did find this on eBay, which I was really happy about. I think it's such a fun design, and I've made quite a lot of progress since I started. So if you're on Instagram, I have posted some updates, but this is how it's looking. And I just think this is absolutely lovely and super fun. Like, this is a really fun stitch. I have genuinely been enjoying this so much. Just think all the bright colours really set off the gingerbread house, and obviously this is another one that's going to have quite an extensive amount of back stitching, but I do always find, like with these Bothy sort of cartoonish style designs, the back stitching is not too difficult. Like, I always find it reasonably straightforward to do. This came as a full kit, and it is on 14 count, like very, very pale blue that came with the kit. This is a lot paler than what I've stitched my penguins on from Stash. Like, it is practically white, but then when you actually look at the white thread elements in the design, and that's kind of when you realise that it is not a white fabric. But I am really looking forward to finishing this, and hope that I am able to finish it for this Christmas. With how I've been getting on with it, I think that's probably achievable. I'm not sure if I will get it fully finished. I'd like to get it framed up and put in the living room, but at the very least I'll just like to finish it for this Christmas, so that for next Christmas I can definitely have it on display. So that is 3 of my 4 new starts. My 4th new start is my mystery project that I mentioned. So that is a Christmas present for somebody for this year, hopefully, as long as I finish it on time, which I'm quietly starting to sweat about a little, but we will see. I have managed to do around 40% of it so far, and that equates to around 11 hours of stitch time. I'll keep a track on Pattern Keeper for that pattern, because it is an Etsy downloaded pattern. I am very much hoping I will finish it this month. Like, obviously it is achievable. I'm about 40% of the way through. It's taken me 11 hours. So hopefully the actual cross stitch will probably take me, I don't know, maybe like another 15 or 16 hours if I'm working at a similar pace. But then I do need to backstitch it, and the backstitch on this particular design, there's quite a lot of it. So yeah, that's probably going to be at least another good few hours on top of that. But I definitely can finish it this month, as long as I kind of make that my focus piece, which I will be doing. So yeah, I hope to be able to show you that next month after it has been framed and gifted, so that the surprise is not spoiled. That is all my new starts and my only finish for this month. Moving on to my other whips for this month. I started November with 10 projects on the go, added 4 projects, of which I've shown you 3, and I have not worked on all my whips, because that gives me, like, with that finished, I still have 13 whips currently on the go as of the end of this month. And other than the 3 new starts I've shown you and the mystery project, which makes 4, I've only worked on 3 others. So I've only touched 7 projects in this month. So I just have 3 whips to show you. The first one is my Bothy autumn tree. So I have made some decent progress on this, I feel, since I last showed it to you. I will put a little comparison photo up for you so you can just see where I was at last time I showed you, but I have made quite a lot of progress with these metallics, just doing more of the tree trunk, a few more motifs, little bit more backstitch, but my tree is growing. I'm pleased with this. It is an enjoyable one to pick up. I will say that I previously sung the praises of this particular metallic thread that is in here, saying how I'd not had any tangling, I'd not had any issues with it. The same could not be said of this month. I do still think that it is a lovely metallic thread to work with as far as metallics go, but for some reason this month I had a little bit more trouble with this tree trunk. I'm not sure why. Obviously it's the same thread, I was using the same needle, same technique, of stitching with it, and it just didn't cooperate quite as much. So I did have some frustrating moments with knots and tangles, but yeah, I am getting there with this. My memory jars. This should be a finish by now. I have been saying since Flosstube #1 that this will be finished next month, and then I do my next Flosstube and I'm like, it will definitely be finished next month, and I just never get around to finishing it. I'm not sure if it's just because I don't want this project to end, because I have enjoyed, like, I've loved stitching this. I'm not sure whether it's just because I don't want it to be completely finished that I'm putting it off, or whether it's just because I've got so many other things on the go, it's just getting put aside. But I have done the tiniest amount of additional stitching in this last jar. It's not a lot of progress. I'm pretty sure if I put the comparison up, you won't see a huge difference, because I think I've literally done like an extra half an hour on this, so it looks very much the same as last time I showed you, but technically there are some extra stitches in there. I'm not going to say this is going to be finished in December, because chances are it won't be, with me trying to now push on with finishing that gift project and my Bothy gingerbread I would really like to finish. So this probably is not going to get finished, but hopefully it will soon. I have mentioned this pattern obviously every Flosstube, I will detail it below. This is from a magazine, and you can buy the digital back issues online if you like this pattern. I know a lot of people on my Instagram have really expressed that they love this particular pattern, and a few people have asked me where it's from. So yeah, that will be linked below, the issue number. Finally, my last whip that I have worked on this month is my Daisy Mouse. So this I have been working on as part of Sean at Craftivating Creations Stitch Along, the Wrendale Stitch Along that she thought up and hosted, and everyone kind of chose their own design, so not everyone is stitching the same thing. It was designed to be a 6-part SAL, but I joined 1 month late, so mine was split into 5. So my first 4 parts were basically just dividing the cross stitch of the pattern into quarters, which you can see I've now finished and done. And my part 5 is just going to be all the backstitch, which is all I have left to do. So I'll just give you a bit of a better look at this. But yeah, I do just really love this. I love the little ladybirds that are dotted around. I think the mouse is lovely, and my little girl's name is Daisy. So I mean, I don't know whether I'll put this pattern in her room, because there's not that much wall space in there, and I have a few other things in mind for her that she'll probably appreciate more, that are unicorn themed and things like that I would like to stitch for her. But I do just like this because it reminds me of her name, with the flowers on it and with the name of the pattern being Daisy Mouse. So I will be very pleased to finish this. Hopefully this will be finished for Christmas, because I would like to finish along with everyone else that is joining in the SAL. So yeah, hopefully I will backstitch this really soon. The last part, so part 5 for me, part 6 for other people, officially started on the 20th of November. And the plan is that everyone finishes by the 20th of December, and I'm confident that I will find the time to backstitch this one. So with all the stitching shown, I told you there wasn't a lot to show for this month. The only thing left for me to run through really is a little bit of haul and some plans for next month. But before I do that, I would just like to give a quick shout out to an Instagrammer. So I saw quite a few people on Instagram this month posting under the Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted hashtag, which was not something that I was aware of, but I saw a few people posting about it, and apparently it is a yearly thing that has been around for a few years. And I had a little look at some other people's wishes. I have granted a few wishes myself, and I did put out a little list of my own ideal stitchy wishes, one of which was some Kreinik, never know exactly how to say it, thread that I was really struggling to find in a particular colour for a project. So I put that out there as a stitchy wish, and I was really lucky that a lovely lady called Edwina decided to grant my wish. So she sent me a little spool of it, which is pretty much completely full, and she also sent me some lovely floss drops as well and a lovely little note. So thank you to you, Edwina. If you would like to check out her Instagram also, she stitches some really pretty things, a lovely variety of patterns, and her Instagram tag is, let's get this right, her Instagram tag is shebang101808. I will put that down below as well. So yeah, big thank you, Edwina. That was really kind of you. I also felt incredibly guilty when the package arrived, because it did show me on it how many dollars she paid to post it to me, which was not cheap, and I so appreciate that you sent me that. And I was also really pleased that one of her stitchy wishes had not been granted, so I was able to grant a wish for her for a pattern that she wanted. So yeah, I hope you enjoy stitching that pattern too, and thank you again. Moving on to haul, I have done a little bit of shopping this month. I've tried not to go too crazy. I do have a few things to show you. So I have won a few more bits on eBay, on auctions, and I've also bought a few things from shops. So first I am going to go through the eBay auction haul. So these will not be linked below because they were just from one-off auctions from private sellers. Sorry, rustling here, trying to find them all. So I have picked up a few hard copies of old magazines. Now I know that sometimes it can be easier just to buy digital back issues if you see a pattern that you like, which sometimes I do, but I saw these on eBay, and what I really liked about them is that all of these particular ones came with the free gifts still with the magazine, which obviously you don't get with a digital copy, and most of the second-hand copies that you find for sale at auction don't give you the free gifts either. They've usually been used or they're not included. So yeah, these all had the little free gifts in with them, which I was really pleased with. So the first one is this Cross Stitcher magazine, and I actually bought this for the free gift rather than the magazine. I've not looked through the magazine itself in too much detail yet, but I really wanted this particular chart, and this was like a bonus chart that came with this particular issue. This, if I can find it, this is issue 255 from August 2012, so it is quite old. It does have some nice patterns in it, like I have had a skim through it, but this is the pattern that I really wanted. So yeah, I'm gonna add this to my stitching wish list. It is Welcome by Emily Peacock, and I just think the colours in it are lovely, and it's a really nice like welcome sampler. I see a lot of welcome stitchy pieces, like there's a lot of patterns, aren't there, for the word welcome, and most of them are, I don't know, like more traditional or quite cutesy. I just really liked that one. So that is magazine number 1. The next magazine I got was this one. So again, another cross stitcher. This is issue 272 from November 2013. So again, this is not particularly recent, but I loved this cushion design on the front, and again, I bought this for the kit. So I had actually seen this little Christmas kit of 3 cards on eBay just as a listing for the kit itself, and I did bid on it and I didn't win it. And I was really disappointed because I just missed the end of the auction for it. I was busy with other things, and yeah, so I was looking to see if I could find out where this kit came from, and I'm not sure exactly how I found it, but with a bit of Googling and looking around, I managed to find out which issue of the magazine it came from. And then I happened to find this lady that was selling a lot of the magazines, like I said, with the free gift still included. So this kit was in this issue, and I managed to win the kit with the magazine for less than the actual original auction sold, just for the gift. So that was really lucky and really nice. And the final magazine that I bought this month is a World of Cross Stitching magazine. Again, it is an old one. This is issue 212. It doesn't give the date on the front, but I don't think it's particularly recent. And this came with this lovely Madeline Floyd country kitchen chart, which is all chickens, and I love chickens. I used to keep chickens. Unfortunately, our situation has changed with a lot of new build houses being built right next door to us in the last couple of years, so we now have a lot of neighbours, and my chickens have ended up being rehomed to a lovely local home, but that is nice and out of the way without neighbours, because I had a few boys as well as hens. I had a couple of roosters, and they are not the quietest, and I just thought it was only a matter of time before the neighbours did start to complain. So yeah, I did find them a lovely new home to go to, but I still very much love chickens, and I'm really looking forward to stitching this chart. There is also another pattern in this magazine that I might stitch at some point. I just find it really funny. This one here for missing socks. I always have a massive bag of missing socks that have no partner. I don't know how it happens. Probably something to do with the dogs, I expect. They do like to chew on a good sock. But yeah, I just thought this missing socks pattern is quite a fun one. I'm not sure what I could turn it into, but some kind of sign for the utility maybe. So yeah, that is in that magazine also, and I may very well stitch that at some point. Moving on to some little kits that I also got on eBay auctions. The first one is an historical sampler company kit. Do my best not to get too much glare, but it's going to be difficult. Not sure if you can read that, so I'll read it to you. So this is the A Man Is Like kit. That's the name of the kit. And it says, a man is like a pack of cards. You need a heart to love him, a diamond to marry him, a club to hit him with, and a spade to bury him. I just think it's really funny. It's also a really easy stitch. This is going to be pretty quick to come together once I start it, I think. Yeah, so this was a little kit that I won at auction. I'm not sure how old it is, whether it's still in production, but by all means you can have a little Google for it if you like it. As I said, the name is A Man Is Like. From the same lady I got that kit from, I also got this little cinnamon cat mini pillow kit. So yeah, that is just a nice cup of tea design. I thought that was cute, so looking forward to doing that at some point. Just any time is tea time. And she threw in at random for me, that same lady, just this little bundle, and it's got like 2 felt frames in it and little hanging ribbons and a bunch of threads, and I think it does show you a picture of some actual designs framed in these. So I think whatever magazine this originally came with, there were specific designs that you were supposed to stitch to put in these, but there is no chart. I will have a look. Like I said, I've not properly looked through all those magazines, and one magazine was from this same lady, so I may have a little look to see if the designs for this are in the magazine, but they're quite florally anyway, and not particularly something that I would probably want to stitch, but I think I will just use these frames for something else. Some other little smalls that might fit them at some point. Sorry. So my Next few items are from actual shops, and I will, well, online shops, and I will link to those. So this was my first purchase, which is a Letistitch or Letistitch kit. Now I'm actually going to turn the light off to do these because there is just too much glare on the cellophane, so I'll just see if that works a little bit better. Here we go. So this is a lovely Woodland kit. It's called Christmas Wood, and I just think it's absolutely a beautiful design. I believe it is a full coverage and also with some elements of backstitch. I have never actually done a full coverage. I have a few planned, and all the others that I have planned are patterns either from my own website that I have charted or some heaven and earth designs that I want to do. Was not planning on buying any full coverage patterns as a kit, but I came across this kit, and at the time it was like significantly reduced in a sale. I'm not sure why, because it is still very much a current kit. It's not an old kit, but yeah, I got this for an absolute bargain price, and I'm really looking forward to doing it at some point, although because it is quite wintry and quite Christmassy, I don't think I'll end up doing that until maybe next Christmas, or like for next Christmas. I might start it like part way through 2022 in the hope of finishing it for that Christmas. We will see, but it's not one that I'm going to start straight away. My next three purchases all follow the same theme. So I saw this particular design being stitched by Sian at Craftivating Creations, and I loved it. I did comment, I think, on several of her Instagrams or videos that when she would show this, I just thought it was a beautiful kit. These swans, so it's like the mother swan with the baby signet, and the same designer does other like mum and baby animals kits. So as well as the swan, which I originally discovered thanks to Sian, so thank you, Sian, I also went ahead and got the fox mum and baby, which I just think is beautiful. I think this one is possibly my favourite of the three that I've got. Like, I like this even more than the swan, and I love the swan, but I think this one is just even cuter. So yeah, I got the fox pair, and then finally I got the mother and cub polar bear one, and this one I actually bought as a cushion kit. So the other two are just these two are just the cross stitch kit, so it is just the one piece of material in each. But this one I did get as the cushion kit, the cub and bear, and so it has the like the front piece of, I think it's even weave in this kit. I'm not sure, it's either even weave or linen, but it's got like the stitching fabric in the kit, and then it also comes with material for the back of a cushion and the zip fastening to stitch into that. So yeah, all three of those I just thought made a really lovely trio of mum and baby designs. I think all three are beautiful. I would have liked to get them as potentially as the cushion kits for all three, but the polar bear is the only one that I saw available as a cushion kit, but that's fine. And these two, I guess I can just frame in some fashion and turn this one into a nice cushion. So that is all my directly stitchy related purchases this month. I do just have a couple of things left to show you very quickly. Two of them are actually from haul last month and I forgot to show them to you, so I'm literally just going to hold these up to the camera really quickly. So So these are the two kits that I just want to show you really quickly. Like I said, I bought these last month. This is the Disney Princess kit, and it comes with like felting ornaments in it, and then a little booklet for cross stitching various princesses, and just thought that's lovely. The other one is Winnie the Pooh. Now I'm not sure if this comes with enough material and thread to do everything in the book, because again it has a little booklet inside with like maybe close to a dozen designs, so I know 10 designs in it, and it does come with some materials, but I might just have to pick a couple to do and then possibly like self kit the rest. But both of these were from the Works if you are in the UK, and I also grabbed this from the Works at the same time just because it was in the same deal. I have never done needle felting. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it. I believe that this kit just comes with the supplies for the koala bear, and then the other ones I'm assuming it has instructions or patterns and material shopping lists for the rest. So yeah, I might give that a go at some point. My last purchase I am really excited about, even though it's not strictly a stitchy purchase. So my big frames, like I stitch quite a few things on these frames. So this is just my my Stitch Rovia Emma Congdon Seasons Of pattern that I've not worked on this month. But as you can see, it is on a rather large frame, and sometimes in any given month I, like I said, don't stitch on certain things. This is one of the things I've not touched this month, along with a couple of others that are also on big frames. And I'm always worried about them getting dusty, and I used to store them just with like a bin bag or something over them just to keep them clean. I know that some people like, I've seen some people say that they use a pillowcase or things like that, but I just wanted to treat myself to something nice to store them in. With it being Christmas, I just happened to come across an online listing for like personalised Christmas sacks. Obviously most of them are aimed at children, or even if they're not specifically aimed at children, they're just like very festive, lots of Christmassy decorations, like they're very obviously Christmassy. But I came across these beautiful sacks that are just like plushy grey and with the option to personalise. So this is my cross stitch bunny Christmas sack, but obviously with it just being like grey velvet, it's very much something that I can have out year round and it's not going to look out of place, and it is the perfect size. It's the absolute perfect size to just have my frames in, and I can fit like 3-4 frames in it at a time without it feeling like overcrowded, as it were. And I only have 3 or 4 frames, so that's perfect for me. So yeah, this is my tallest frame, which is why it's the one that I kept in to show you. So that is the tallest frame, and it comes up literally just to the top of the bag, and then I just sort of wrap the string round the top of the frame. So yeah, it just keeps all my stitching covered nice and clean, and safe and away from the kids. And yeah, I just love it. I'm really pleased with the quality of this sack. This was from an eBay shop with a lady that does the embroidery. I will link that shop below because I'm like so happy with this sack. I would highly recommend it if you perhaps like use plastic bags like I was doing, or other options to store them. Like, I think this is a really nice option to have. So that is everything. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Next month I'm trying not to plan too much for stitching, other than finishing my mystery stitch for the gift, which obviously if I don't manage to do that I'll be so disappointed. So other than that being like my main focus, I'm not really planning anything at all. I know that things will get in the way. 1st of December tomorrow is going to be a busy day for me because we're taking the kids to this amazing Santa's grotto place teamed with like a play session where they can make ornaments and do loads of Christmas activities and lots of other good stuff. It's really well reviewed from previous years, the place that we've picked, so I'm hoping that they're going to really enjoy that, but it's not on the doorstep, so there's going to be a bit of travel to get there and get back. Then, you know, inevitably, like over the Christmas period itself, seeing friends, seeing family. I'm sure that I'm not going to squeeze that much stitching in, so I'm just not going to pressure myself this month to meet any goals other than really try and finish that Christmas present. Otherwise I'm going to be in a mad panic to buy that person something instead at the last minute. I hope that you all have lovely plans. I hope that you have a lovely Christmas, because I will not film again until the end of December, so Christmas will have been and gone. I hope that you all get to see your family and spend quality time together, and I will see you next month for Flosstube number 5. Merry Christmas in advance, I guess. Bye.